was watching YouTube today. I was watching one of the ads that comes on before the video. I don't skip those. I think that's rude. It is. It's mean. Somebody worked hard on that ad. They trained a cheetah to run alongside a Jeep Cherokee. And you're at home like, 3, 2, 1, fuck off. It's fucking mean. What if you made something, dick? Anyway, the ad was a PSA. It was an anti-smoking message. It was a Puerto Rican man with a hole in his throat. He was like,
my father smoked. And my mother smoked. I wish I never smoked in my life. Please don't smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are very, very bad for you.
First thought I had was, why does he still have an accent? It's coming out. Feels like if you bypass the mouth, you shouldn't have an accent anymore. Does the machine have a setting for Puerto Rican? Is that just how air sounds coming out of this guy? Does he fart with an accent?
Señor, I'm farting.
Anyway, after the ad, I watched the video that I was looking for, which was a scene from a movie. And it's a scene that I really hate. Every time I see it, it makes me angry, which is why I was looking for it on YouTube. And it's a movie I like. I actually like the movie. It's called Good Will Hunting. Remember Good Will Hunting? Of course, right? Matt Damon. Great performance. He plays a very complicated young man wearing a tight t-shirt for a whole movie. And here's the thing. Here's my issue with Good Will Hunting. Matt Damon also wrote the movie, okay? So he basically sat down and he's like, first of all, I am amazing. I'm a construction worker. I'm like working class. And I drink beer and I get in fights. I get in so many fights. My friends are like, you're out of control, man. And I'm like, shut up. This is the way I am. But then also, I'm a genius. Ooh. I didn't even go to school. I just know things. I don't know why. I just know them. And all the nerdy geniuses that studied for years are like, he's so much smarter than us. It's making us upset. It's insane. It's fucking insane. It only makes sense if he wrote it for himself to be the guy. So the scene I was looking for, it's the worst example of that in the movie. Here's what happens. He goes to a bar and he meets a woman and he likes her. And another guy likes her too, but she picks Matt Damon. Because he wrote the fucking movie, because he decided, you understand? And she doesn't like him, she likes me, you better believe it. So he gets her phone number, and then he goes outside, and he sees the other guy in the window of a restaurant, and he decides to taunt him. So he goes over, he tells his friends, hey, come here, watch this. And he says to the guy, hey, do you like apples? And the guy says, yes. And Matt Damon goes, well, I got a number. How do you like them apples? And all Matt Damon's friends go, oh! Oh! This was amazing! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! You were ready with that! How? You know how he did it? He wrote the whole fucking movie, okay? He made everybody say all the things. Otherwise, this doesn't happen. I mean, he hinges the whole fucking prank on the guy liking apples. The guy must like apples. Who would say yes to do you like apples coming from a clear antagonist? Who setting him up, gathered his friends. Do you like, wait guys, watch this. Do you like apples? God damn it, I do. I wish I didn't. 'Cause I can tell this is not gonna go my way. But I can't lie. He'll know it. He'll know it because boy, do I like apples. Do you understand? If he says no, Matt Damon is fucked. He's fucked in the face for life. He's got nothing. Do you like apples? No. What the dude? Fucking guy. No, come on, seriously. Seriously, you fucking don't fucking. Do you like bananas? Because the woman gave me her telephone number, and isn't that bananas? And I saw a Korean Jesus. They had a Korean Jesus with the. Don't get mad. How else would I know? It was just what Korean Jesus. Ooh, whatever.
I remember I was in a taxi, I think in New York, and the driver was Muslim, and there was a woman crossing in front of us, and he honked at her because she went after the light had turned, and she gave him the finger. And he said to me, "Do you know in my country, if a woman show you this finger, I could get out, beat her to death, and if I drive by here a week later, she'd still just be laying there." Like nobody would even clean it up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The truth is Jesus was black, but you don't see that often. Black Jesus.
Hey, man, get me the fuck down from here.
Whatever, all right. Airplane one time, and a married couple came on, and they had been sat separately. There was some mistake. The woman, she's supposed to sit here, she comes up to me, she says, "Would you mind moving so I can sit with my husband?" And he's behind her, he's like... And I wanted to help him, but what am I going to say to his wife? Just, "No, I won't move." So I just got off the plane. I didn't go on the trip. And it took off, and it hit the World Trade Center. So that was...
You ever feel like you're gonna fart and then instead you shit on your father's face? And everybody on the bus is like, "Hey, that's not appropriate." And you're like, "I thought it was gonna be a fart." And they go, "Oh, all right then."
Because, look, my mom just died. She just died. That's how it works. By the way, for you young people, here's how life goes. One of your parents is gonna die. And the other one is just never gonna fucking die. And guess what? It's not the one you wanted. Nope.
You know, people hate child molesters so much. They hate them worse than murderers or anybody else. Right?
Right.
So getting caught child molesting is just, that's the end.
That's the worst.
It's really the end of your life in every way. Your
That's
friends
right.
are gone. Whatever you had is gone.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Right.
that's why a lot of kids that get molested get killed. Because it's like once you whatever got you to the moment where you molested a kid.
Right.
Once you hit that moment, you're like, I can't let this kid go now because I'm fucked if this kid goes home and tells anybody. So you kill the kid.
Right.
So the bit was that if we could hate child molesting a little less, we might get some kids back.
Wow, that is a brilliant thought.
If somebody could go say to themselves, "All right, I molest," somebody could call you and go, "Hey, I molested your kid. You want him back after soccer? Or do you want me to drop him off after this game? Doesn't he have any allergies I should know about?" What I just said is true.
Right.
That if we hated child molesters less children would die.
Right.
I don't know what to do with that information.
You don't know where to go.
I don't know what to do with it. I can't make any
to the right place today.
Yeah.
This is the place to air those kinds of thoughts.
You know, like when you were in school, did you ever have when you were in school when you were a kid, like fantasies about your parents dying so that you'd be really special in school? Like if your parents got killed, you'd go to school and they'd make an announcement, "Joey's parents died today," so everybody and all the cute girls would come up and go, "Are you okay?" and stuff like that, which would never happen. They just walk up to you and go, I'm still not gonna fuck you, you faggot. That's what would have happened. And that would have I would have jerked off to that and had a better time than if I fucked them. Seriously, to me.
Some Catholics believe that contraception is murder. They think if you wear a condom, if you stop a sperm from getting to an egg, you killed a possible baby. By that logic, I could say that any woman that won't fuck me is a murderer. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of murdering bitches out there.
Well, FX took my series off. I don't know why.
The fuck?
It's so weird. It was really successful.
Yeah.
And then they just made an arbitrary decision.
That's weird.
To just... I mean, I was baffled. I was like, guys, why? We're like, it's just the feeling we have. I was like, that's weird, guys.
Probably
like
a new CEO. They always do shit like that.
That's the thing. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
There wasn't one, but maybe it's something like that.
Like 9/11, you had to end the sorrow and the anger and the rage and the sadness. You had to go, dude, fucking bullseye. Bullseye. One of my favorite stories about it was there was a documentary about it on PBS after, and they talked to, they tried once before with the truck bomb. So they interviewed a federal marshal, who escorted one of the perpetrators of that first bombing to his trial in Manhattan. And they had him in a helicopter, and they're flying to the courthouse. So he's next to the prisoner. And they're flying right next to the World Trade Center.
My God, this guy.
And the federal guy, the Fed marshal, is just a cop. He says, I pointed at the buildings and I said, you didn't get him, did you? And the guy just coldly said, we'll get him.
Wow.
They did. Those buildings are no longer there. Yes. They're no longer there.
People talk about, like, don't eat dolphins when they're in the tuna. Pick out the dolphins, right? You gotta pick it out, like raisins. But like, you ever go to shop for tuna and like it says dolphin safe, and you kind of go like, yeah, but like somehow you think it's not going to be as good. Like, I want to do the right thing, but it's probably kind of bland without the dolphin. But here's the thing, like, why not kill and eat a dolphin? Why not? Oh, because, well, no, I don't fucking get it. If you're a tuna, fuck you, we're eating you. So I don't really see the difference. And I think it's wrong to eat tuna and dolphin and cows and everything. But I eat them. I eat them all. Because I don't care that it's wrong. I totally think it's terrible, but that's not important to me, that it's terrible. So what if it's wrong? It tastes good. And I like the way it feels when I eat it, so fuck it. But I'm not going to pretend I'm doing something that's okay just because it doesn't think or something. So when I think about that, I think, yeah, so people die. What's the big deal? They're dead, and some of them might have been assholes. You don't know. I just want to say I'm not trying to say that if you're white, you can't complain.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you're black, you get to complain more.
Right.
Because you can't. There you go.
Don't tell the band that.
Yeah. Because you can't, that's right. You can't take people's, like, historical context away from them. And everybody wants us to. Like, white people are always like, come on, it wasn't us. Like, they want black people to forget everything. Like, every year, white people add 100 years to how long ago slavery was. I've heard educated white people say slavery was 400 years ago. No, it very wasn't. It was 140 years ago. That's two 70-year-old ladies living and dying back to back. That's how recently you could buy a guy.
That's right.
And it's not like slavery ended and then everything has been amazing. Like it just...
Oh, glad that's over.
Oh yeah, it just ended like a clean where you don't have to wipe. Just boom. And then it's just been parades and presents ever since. You
You got to remember that if you meet a black person, they have gray hair, they remember a time they weren't allowed to use a certain toilet. So give them a little, time to be cranky. And by the way, white people have our own thing that stuff that we went through.
Sure.
That hurt us that we have to cope with. Like when they took our slaves away. That was really hard for us. And we're still, so it's pretty even.
Oh yeah, in Dublin, that was horrible. They hated me. I actually had 2, but I didn't write about the first one.
Well, so you just bombed.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's funny because I went back the next night. I had a great set, and towards the end, I realized, hey, some of this stuff was actually doing great last night. The set stunk.
Yeah,
it just was one of those where people were going, instead of laughing.
Sure,
literally,
never a good response.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I opened with 3 diarrhea jokes in a row.
Right.
And I think that was a mistake.
Okay.
Like really front-loading the set with diarrhea.
Yeah.
Which is definitely a room-splitting subject.
It's not a way to win over a crowd who are possibly indifferent.
Not generally.
And also slightly aggressive because you're American.
That's
so
the
you've
thing,
already
is
got to
that
win people over.
I think that my own crowds in the States, because most people that come to see me know who I am and are eager to see me, so I think they've carried me a little by letting me open with 5 minutes of diarrhea material.
Sure.
But it was an important set because it made me realize that the diarrhea jokes weren't honest. I felt they were funny, but they really weren't from the heart, the diarrhea jokes.
Not from the heart, certainly.
No, they were good.
Yeah.
Best
Great.
diarrhea jokes you'll ever hear.
You don't want to give them to us now, though. We have to come and see you.
No, I'll tell them to you. I don't care.
How offensive are they for Sunday afternoon?
I already said diarrhea 4 or 5 times, so it doesn't
well, yeah,
get
but
any
the word
worse than that.
diarrhea is not that. It's problematic. It's whether you get particularly graphic.
I don't get and actually I've ruined the first one because it's a surprise. Is that the joke's about? Because I say that I went to a pub where their bathroom was very small and they didn't have toilets. They only had urinals for the men, and luckily I had diarrhea, so it wasn't a problem. But also that they didn't have toilet paper, so I had to use that hand blower thing and just sort of bake it on.
Sure.
And then as people
you very much split the room here,
right,
Louis?
And then as people are reeling from that, I say I actually do have diarrhea right now. I'm not sick. I have some in my fridge in a jug. It's the difference between the 2 meanings of the word "have" is that I'm not stricken by diarrhea. I possess it. About a gallon.
Yeah, and
so those 3, in case somebody like a neighbor wants to borrow some diarrhea. Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So those are 3 jokes that I'm proud of.
Yeah, do you know what?
But they're not true. I don't have diarrhea, and I didn't go to a place where there was. I did go to a place where there's only a urinal, but I didn't diarrhea into it.
I'm looking forward to finding out how my gran reacts to this show because she does listen every week.
Oh, does she really?
She listens every week.
So she'll talk afterward and she'll say, I wasn't fond of the fellow with the poop jokes.
Yes, because my grandmother is Dame Judi Dench.
Yes, she is. I don't care.
Sure.
You're all the same. And she'll probably she'll probably be upset that I didn't do something. Why didn't he ask the ladies if they had some toilet paper? Like, she's probably going to complain that I didn't problem solve better.
Sure, she's going to look through the logic of it. Yeah.
That's what your grandma's like, right?
Well, this is slagging off my gran. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal. You've been listening to a lot of Pulp, haven't you, Louis?
Yeah, I do listen to Pulp a lot.
Great, you'll love this then.
Oh, great. I'm excited.
Louis C.K.'s musical choice.
Yeah.
Pulp, Common People. Yeah, he's very much down with the kids. We're talking to Louis C.K., American comedian. Somewhere I heard award-winning. It seems not difficult to win an award.
No, you
comedy.
can always win an award.
So are you award-winning, or?
I did, not for being a comedian.
Right.
It was for saving a lot of lives.
Sure.
Yeah. Congressional Medal of Honor. And the George thing. I just learned that on Richard and Judy.
Yeah, we should point out, you may have caught Louis on Richard and Judy's programme. Judy was away. Recovering from knee surgery or something.
Spice.
So it was Baby Spice, the obvious choice to interview a sort of abrasive American comic.
Well, the guy before me was a war hero who fell on a grenade to help his friends. And it was weird to watch because it was an incredible story, but he never really got to tell it. Because first, the Richard guy kept just trying to guess at what it felt like. He didn't just say what it feel like. Did it feel like this? The guy's like, kind of. I knew it. How about this? Did it feel like this too? And then they had an expert there, a woman who was an expert on bravery, and they asked her while the guy sat there what kind of a fella would do such a thing. And she explained very dryly what it was like to jump
To be
on
a brave person.
Yeah, and the guy sat there just kind of tapping his toes and going, okay,
Yeah.
glad I could be here.
And then it got kind of sticky towards the end of your interview when he slagged off Chris Rock.
Yeah, they mentioned Chris Rock because they asked me if where I won an Emmy, and they knew where I won it on the Chris Rock show, but they made me say it so that he could go, oh, Chris Rock. Whoa, that Chris Rock, and sort of shake his fists and get angry. And I didn't understand why. They explained to me afterwards that he felt Chris was rude to him when he was on the show.
Right. It's good to see that he's been able to move on beyond that, you
Yeah.
know, as a talk show host.
Yeah.
Let that go.
Yeah, I don't think Chris actually like stood up and said, screw you or something. I think it was just a vibe he got.
Right, okay.
And he's still carrying it, which is crazy.
Let it go, Richard.
I think so.
And because I'm very excited to come and see the live show, looking for free tickets.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be crazy for me to
I'll
pay.
see what I can do.
See what you can do. I'm not sure yet when I'm going to be available. But you've not really performed over here before. Why now? Why have you suddenly decided to come over?
I used to do clubs here back when I was a young fella. I used to come here and do like this comedy store and stuff. I always loved working here. But then I had kids, and it's hard to make trips overseas when you have kids. So, and I had TV shows and stuff that I worked on, so it was hard to clear the time.
Yeah.
But now I'm divorced, and so it was easy.
So she's got the kids.
Yeah, and actually I'm going to see the kids in a week in Italy. But so this was the time to do it.
And what do you do with yourself here? Because you look like the kind of guy I imagine. Is it cocaine and hookers most evenings?
Oh, yeah,
What-
it's
do
crazy.
you mean you've got that look?
Just
I don't think
piles
anyone
of
would be surprised
cocaine
if you were
and
found dead in a
piles
motel.
of
No one would
hookers.
be surprised.
No, they wouldn't be.
But what's your how do you occupy your time? Are you as misanthropic as I imagine you are?
Yeah, I'm pretty. I don't.
Socialize.
No, I don't. And I've had friends that have said, "Oh, I have a friend in London who can show you around town." And I can't think of anything more disgusting to imagine than some person I don't know going, "Hey, let's go over here now."
I had to go to a
just
wedding.
Let me go back to my room so I can masturbate and fall asleep.
Sure. I had to go to a wedding, and is this a tradition in the
I
States?
had to go to a wedding. Nobody goes. I
Yeah.
got
Oh,
to go to
sometimes
a
you do.
wedding. I
Sometimes
got
you
to
do.
go.
Sometimes you
no,
do.
I know, but that's how everyone thinks of it. I had to go.
Exactly. But do you have this tradition in America where sometimes people feel that it would be nice to not just let you sit on a table with your friends, but to put you on a table with relative strangers?
Right.
So you've got to force conversation, like they sort of feel like it's our special time, we found each other, maybe you'd like to meet someone. Not for romantic purposes,
No,
just
that's
maybe
the
you need
thing.
more friends. You need
Exactly.
new friends. You've not seen your old friends for 6 months, but we haven't time for you to socialise with them.
No.
So you've got to make conversation with other people. That doesn't strike me as something you would enjoy.
That's like the worst thing in the world. And when I got married, my wife did that. She like fantasized about the tables. And it's why I divorced her because of that. But, 9 years later, but it built up. The anger built up.
It's like Richard Bagley with Chris Rock.
Yeah,
It just
exactly.
builds and simmers, and in the end.
Exactly. Can't take it anymore. No, I think that is a route. And now that I'm divorced, also, I have friends that try to introduce me to guys. Not because they think I'm gay, but because they think I need more friends. Like, I will meet any woman. I love women, and I will meet them, even if there's no chance to have sex with them. I love talking to women.
Yeah.
So, yes, introduce me to a girl.
But guys...
They'll say, like, you should meet this guy. Why? Because he's cool. You would like him. And I want to murder them. I want to kill everybody involved. Why do I want to just meet some person?
I know. Arbitrary.
Yeah, just,
Do you find as
you
well-
guys would really hit it off. Yeah, if I worked really hard, I could probably get a squeeze a conversation out of that faggot.
That's not usually my problem. These days, my problem is very simple. It's trying to find a place in my house where I can masturbate without somebody bothering me. And that's getting really difficult. There's nowhere to go anymore. She's got her mother staying with us, too, in the guest room, and I'm on the streets now. I got nowhere to go. Like, now I know when I see a guy in the West Side Highway jerking off in plain daylight, that's not a homeless guy. That's a married man right there. He's got nowhere to go. Fuck it. Fuck you. Go ahead and look, man. I got nothing. What else am I going to do? It's not fair, man. I'm 37 and I own my home. I should be able to just stand in the living room. How you doing, honey? Good morning. But I can't. I got to hide. I'm down in the cellar by the boiler like a troll down there. Just fucking miserable shit. That's what it's like. Masturbation doesn't bring much joy to guys. Women seem to like masturbating. They put flower petals on the pillow. They're like, "Ah, me," or whatever, you know. The guys are like, "Ah, shit, no, fucking, God damn it." Sometimes you find ecstasy, but it's followed by the deepest self-hate and depression you've ever felt. It's an amazing drop from way up here to this, like, oh, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with me? God damn it. I gotta get to work. I don't have time for this shit right now. But then you get married, now you gotta hide. And you have to. You have to hide. Because when your wife catches you masturbating, that's sad for the whole family. That's not a good moment in a marriage. She comes in the cellar. Oh my God. And then she always wants to know shit about it. She always asks me stuff. My wife's like, well, do you think about me when you're doing that? What are you, fucking high? Why would I do that? Why? I can think about anybody. That's magical. Why the fuck would I? I'm married to you. What do women really think their husbands are going, oh, my wife. Oh, yeah, that's fucking hot. Oh, yeah. Picking her up at the airport and getting yelled at. Oh, that's fucking hot. Yeah. Put it in the hamper, not on top, you idiot. Oh, I love when she talks like that. Yeah. But, you know, whatever. We're a family. We have a kid. That changes everything. You know, that's the whole thing. The kid is everything. Marriage is nothing. Without a kid, marriage is dating. It doesn't mean shit. And you don't realize it until you have a kid. Here's what happens. When you get married, you go, holy shit, I can't leave now. I mean, I wasn't thinking of leaving, but now I really can't leave. Then you have a kid and you go, holy shit, I could have left. I totally could have left. Fucking door was right there. Now I can't go. I got a kid now. I love my daughter. It's a lot of responsibility that you never think about, though. Like, you got to name your kid. That's a big deal right there. And you know what's amazing to me? You can name your kid anything you want. Isn't that incredible? There are no laws. There should be a couple of laws. None. You can literally name your kid anything. You can name your kid a name with no vowels if you want, like Singleton. Just 40 F's. That's his name. Go clean your room. Some people name their kids a word like sunshine or battery or whatever. I'd like to name my kid a whole phrase, you know, something like ladies and gentlemen. That would be a cool name for a kid. This is my son, ladies and gentlemen. Then when he gets out of hand, I get to go, ladies and gentlemen, please!
Oh, Louis talks about coming. From
What?
Is this from your actual special that's airing October 4th on Showtime?
Which one that is. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't never seen that.
How
CD
many
in my
coming
life.
jokes do you have?
I talk about coming a lot. I have like thousands and thousands.
What do you think
of
the C and CK stands for? He's the cum kid.
The cum kid.
First joke about my name that made any sense ever.
Yeah, there.
It's right there. 'Cause people have always said, yeah, CK's.
CK.
Well, so what's your...
Carp kisser?
Yeah, they can't do it.
Let's cock without the vowel and the other C. Yeah. I think this is from your Showtime special. So we're going to give people a preview of what they're in for October 4th when it's on Showtime at 11 o'clock.
Because I need to come. I need to. Coming is a need. I came the first time when I was 12 and I haven't skipped a day. I come every day. And I've fucked maybe 20 times in my life, so... It's just been me doing most of the work. And I really, I jerk off way too much, and it upsets me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's so selfish. I don't know what it is, but I know it's bad. I know I'm hurting somebody somewhere. There's something wrong with it. Like, I was thinking the other day that you can figure out how bad a person you are by how soon after September 11th you masturbated, like how long you waited. And for me, it was between the two buildings going down. So I have a feeling like...
I had to do it. I had to. Otherwise, they win. That's the way I was looking at it at the time. This was a strange time for all of us.
Fucking Louie. Louie hitting it out of the park, man.
The audio quality on that is so good that the laughs, like what happens with a lot of shoots is the way they shoot the laughs or they mic the. That is a fucking great. Like,
no, well, it's because
man.
No, it's because you have to look after it because when you go in to do a special, they overlight the audience and they under mic everything, and you have to tell them I need to feel loud as a motherfucker. And I need to be I need the audience to be pitch black. And they go, well, then we can't see him in the duh. And you say, shut up, it's not your special, you fucking old douche.
It says Louis C.K. special.
Why do they want to light the audience? Why?
Bob the Lighting
Because they want to
Guy
cut to
special.
somebody laughing so that it's easier to edit it. And it makes editing easier, but it doesn't, if you don't do it, it doesn't make it impossible. You just have to fucking spend a little more time in the room. I edited this special. I also directed it.
But how does it help the,
I didn't want any more
you mean
bullshit.
the pitch black is just a better...
I just like, well, here, the reason to me to have it dark in the audience is that, especially if you're doing the kind of humor that you and I do, Jim, which is very honest and bold, people in the audience don't want to be looking at each other. They want to feel like they're in the dark, and they want to feel like you're so loud that if they scream, they're still going to hear you.
And so you can't see the...
Yes, exactly. Those people are awesome. You don't want to see those people.
But it's my beep.
You'll know
I
they're there.
had to see if it works. That's all. I don't care how many are in the audience.
It's too late. Timing's everything, my friend.
You're right. I hate seeing the
Missed your
audience.
opportunity.
Yeah, no, and they don't like seeing each other. It makes them inhibited.
I hate fucking seeing the audience. In my special, I can see them. God damn it. Why
They
did I
hate
fucking-
seeing you too.
They don't.
No, they love
I'm a
Jimmy. I'm
treat.
kidding. That's the joke.
I was voted most likely to be a treat in high school. Boy, most likely to be misinterpreted as a treat.
Ted the treat? I don't
No, it's not
understand.
Ted, it's
oh,
me.
it sounded like Ted for a minute. Ted's a little loud. I do Ted impressions all the time at home. I just love doing Ted impressions.
Louis, that sounds nothing like Ted.
Yes, it does. You have to kind of look up. And why'd you call him Louis?
Louis, I was going to say, Louis is Ted really enjoys Louis.
You really made a mistake and called me Louis.
No, I was actually thinking of Louis, and I was thinking of Ted.
Do you hate when that happens?
Always. Because
okay, Opie, enough.
Ted's thing. I fancy Louis C.K.'s humor. He's a little harsh with the language. So I don't care for that. Ted's a prude. Yes, Ted doesn't like the language.
Ted is a lot of things. All right, hey,
Hey, here's some interesting news about the Jew thing.
Hey,
I do know where the term kike came from, by the way.
Ah, derogatory term for Jewish
yes,
people. Where'd that come
I do know where that came from.
Where?
It is when people used to come over on the in the ships on Ellis Island. A lot of people couldn't write English, so they used to make their mark, and the Jew's mark was a circle, and the circle is called kikel. So that's what they were just shortening it to kike. The guys coming in and say, "Here's another kike." Once they seen the circle.
You know where nigger came from originally? There was some black guy being a nigger, so they called him a nigger.
Jesus.
He was being a real nigger, and somebody said, "What a nigger," and that's where it started.
It just was nigger was a feeling.
Yeah.
He's just like this. Look at him.
Yeah, it wasn't some wordplay.
Just blurting out a sound, and it came out like that.
Just the guy was being such a nigger that it fucking made someone say the word.
Oh my God, man!
That's awful. Well, we're learning about derogatory terms and where they came from.
Right.
Wow.
It's history. It's a really good history lesson.
I never knew that.
Let's say hi to Jesse. Jesse, what's up?
You know what's amazing to me? You can name your kid anything you want. Isn't that incredible? There are no laws. There should be a couple of laws. None. You can literally name your kid anything. You can name your kid a name with no vowels if you want, like Singleton. Just 40 F's, that's his name. Go clean your room. I'd like to name my kid a whole phrase, something like ladies and gentlemen. That would be a cool name for a kid. This is my son, ladies and gentlemen. Then when he gets out of hand, I get to go, ladies and gentlemen, please. But you got to be careful what you name your kid. You do have to be careful because what happens is other kids in school are going to make fun of them. They're going to make fun of their name. And you don't have to give them a weird name because they can do it with any name. Kids are geniuses at that. Any name, they take it, they go Louie Screwy, Joey Blowy, Mike, your mother's a dyke, whatever. They find a way, these kids. Any name, what's your name? Eric, you fucking asshole. See, just like that. Lightning speed these kids got. What's your name? Joe, eat a bag of shit, cunt face. You see, just like that. My daughter is really something else, man. She runs the house. She runs the whole house. She decides everything. Like we were playing hide and seek the other day. We play hide and seek, and we play by her rules that she invented. And do you know why? Because she sucks at hide and seek. And so she covers it with this fucking ruse to level the playing field. And I gotta fucking pretend it's all that she's great. No, it's bullshit. Like, we're playing... Oh, fucking... I know she's a kid, but fucking listen. When it's my turn to hide, she tells me where to hide. She tells me where. She goes, hide in the closet, Papa, but you're gonna know where I... Hide in the closet! All right, fuck, I'll hide in the closet. Good, fine. Now I'm standing in the closet like an asshole. She comes in, I found you. She's like shitty about it. Like, I found you. And I'm like, wow. How did you figure out where you told me to fucking hide? And then when she hides, this is her hiding. She goes over to a wall and does this. She goes, that's it. There's nothing here. What the fuck is this? Like, this is some ninja invisibility crouch. And I gotta act like an idiot. I can't just walk in and go, yeah, you're there. Because she'll cry and shit her pants, right? So I gotta walk around like an asshole. Where is she? I have no idea. Where could she be? I'm making eye contact. I don't see her. It's amazing to me. The other day we're playing, this is how things have gotten in my house, okay? Here's a very good example of where it's gone. We're playing a version of hide and seek where my wife and I have to decide together where to look. She likes that. She's like, Mama, you tell Papa where to look. Okay, well, fine. So she's over there hiding like this, just in plain sight. And my wife and I, my wife's like, why don't you look under the bed? I'm like, okay. She's not there. And then she says, why don't you look in the linen closet? Okay, so I open the closet. She goes, that's not the linen closet. We don't put that in there anymore. All right, fucking Jesus. All right, I'll look in. So I look in it. Why would she be in that closet? That has shelves. She can't stand in a shelf. Well, maybe she's crawled in a shelf. Now we're having a fight about where to look for this fucking kid who's standing right there. She totally runs the house. I remember Halloween last year, a couple of days before Halloween, my wife comes up to me and she's like, we have to get you a cat costume. No, we don't, actually. No, we do, because she thinks you're going to be a cat. I don't know. It's like she's a guy with a gun in the other room. That's what it's like. She's like, she thinks you're going to be a cat. I don't know how she got it in her head, but she's expecting to be a cat on Halloween. I was like, well, tell her to go fuck herself, because I'm not doing it. I'm not afraid of her. She's 2. I'll fucking fight her. I could take her. I could beat the shit out of thousands of 2-year-olds all day, just walk around. They would never even gang up on me. They suck. I'm not afraid of her. So my wife decided that she wanted to get pregnant again. She decided it. And this is back in August. She told me, you need to be in town next week. Why? Because I'm getting, I'm ovulating. So, like, not do you want another kid, just be in town. That's how she handles it. I'm like, I don't want another kid, so fuck it. And she's like, all right. Next week, she starts blowing me, right? Now, she hasn't blown me in, Jesus, I don't know if I've ever been blown. That's how long it is. She's blowing me on the day she's ovulating. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm like, yeah, you love it. Like, I think she digs me now. Fucking stupid. So she's having another baby any day now. She's due, and it's true. She's fucking the whole thing. And I'm like, okay. No, it's great. Fuck it. That's really the attitude that keeps a family together. It's not we love each other. It's fuck it, man. Fuck it. Another kid. Fuck it. Why not? Let them all in. Good. Fuck it. Here's the thing. I never judge other parents now. I never do. I used to, but I never do. Like, you know when you see a mother in McDonald's or someplace or in a toy store and she's just melting down on her kid? She's like, shut up. I hate you. You're ugly. And people are standing around going, oh my goodness, she's a horrible mother. Well, guess what? Those people aren't fucking parents. They don't have kids. Because any parents who are in that store are thinking, what did that shitty kid do to that poor woman? That poor woman. I wish I could help. Because you don't know, man. You don't know. Or like when you see a parent that seems to be negligent. Like you see a parent in McDonald's with the kid, and the parent's like, I can't take this shit anymore, and just like collapsed, and all the shopping bags are just strewn everywhere. And the kid's happy. The kid's eating French fries. And the kid asks a question like, Mama, why is the sky blue? And she's like, just shut up and eat your French fries. And you think, what a terrible mother. Why doesn't she answer her child? When I have a child, I will answer all of their questions and open their minds to the wonders of the world. Well, guess what? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You can't answer a kid's question. They don't accept any answer. A kid never goes, oh, thanks, I get it. They fucking never say that. They just keep coming. More questions. Why? Until you don't even know who the fuck you are anymore at the end of the conversation. It's an insane deconstruction. It's amazing. This is my daughter the other day. She's like, Papa, why can't we go outside? Well, because it's raining. Why? Well, water's coming out of the sky. Why? Because it was in a cloud. Why? Well, clouds form when there's vapor. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any more things. Those are all the things I know. Why? Because I'm stupid, okay? I'm stupid. Why? Well, because I didn't pay attention in school, okay? I went to school, but I didn't listen in class. Why? Because I was high all the time. I smoked too much pot. Why? Because my parents gave me no guidance. They didn't give a shit. Why? Because they fucked in a car and had me, and they resented me for taking their youth. Why? Because they had bad morals. They just had no compass. Why? Because they had shitty parents. It just keeps going like that. Why? Because fuck it, we're alone in the universe. Nobody gives a shit about us. I'm going to stop here to be polite to you for a second. But this goes on for hours and hours, and it gets so weird and abstract at the end. It's like, why? Well, because some things are and some things are not. Why? Well, because things that are not can't be. Why? Because then nothing wouldn't be. You can't have fucking nothing isn't. Everything is. Why? Because if nothing wasn't, there'd be fucking all kinds of shit that we don't like, giant ants with top hats dancing around. There's no room for all that shit. Why? I'll fuck you. Eat your French fries, you little shit. God damn it. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, I got one quick story about Rome, by the way, because this guy mentioned the Carabinieri, the state police there.
Yeah.
I was in Rome once. I went to Russia and Rome by myself. Ooh. Just pathetically. Spoke to no people for 2 weeks. Made no connections with anybody.
But that sounds so exciting.
It was interesting. I saw some cool shit. But when
after a few days, were you going like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, I'm in hotels. I could be in a hotel in fucking Newton, Massachusetts.
In Phoenix or something.
Yeah. So I'm in a car that I rented in Rome, and I'm looking at beautiful countryside. These are postcards out my window. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I'm driving down a highway in near Rome, through the countryside, and I'm like, I'm going crazy. I haven't talked to anybody, and there's a roadblock of Carabinieri State Police, and they look like Nazis. They have high hats and boots up to their knees, and they have arrêt or whatever stop signs. They have a roadblock. They're stopping traffic, and I just have this weird idea in my head. Nothing's happened to me, and I don't care what happens to me now, and I gunned it. And I went around them a little into opposite traffic. I swear to God, I did this.
Wow.
I floored it, went around a guy, and then I looked at my rearview mirror, and they're running on, like it's the Pink Panther or something, like shaking their fists. And I'm like, fuck it, get in your cars, chase me. Put me in jail. I'd actually happily be in an Italian jail, meet some Italian people.
He's insane.
Because I hadn't had, like, the guts to say hello to anybody.
That is great. So what happened?
Nothing fucking happened. They shook their little fists. They got small in movies. Yeah. They got small in the mirror, and I went on, and nobody did anything.
That sounds like it's like a little bit of excitement. If you got caught, you'd have to interact with people.
I'd be at some sergeant's desk who'd be typing my name, and they'd call somebody at home.
Smoking cigarettes that weird European way?
Yeah.
With their thumb and forefinger.
Like when you see, like, O.J. Simpson, there was nobody even charged. He didn't even get charged for taking the police on a high-speed chase. Like, there's those things. And when you watch cops, when they get a guy, well, he did a little, he got a fine for the chase. Nobody cares.
Jesus.
What would have happened? I would have spent one night in jail and paid a fine and had a really interesting experience.
Yeah, interesting jail. You don't know what Italian jails are like.
Exactly.
Big unclipped cock going into your ass.
Fucking hang me for dodging a fucking... They find out I'm not a criminal. I'm just some asshole.
American comedian dies in hail of bullets.
Because he didn't pay attention to a stop sign.
Because that's what we made the show every week fresh, so...
I gotta ask, how'd you get Paul Simon to do the theme song?
Well, so Paul Simon, there's a guy who does music for my series Louie on FX, this guy Matt, who he's a very good musician, and he did some session work with Paul Simon. And Paul said to him, "Hey, I really like Louis' series," and because he'd do the music, and he just told him nice things about me. So I asked him for Paul's email because I wanted to tell Paul Simon his music is very important in my life, like it's a big deal. Mm-hmm. And when I was divorced and starting to have custody of my kids on my own, I would sing them Paul Simon songs. I mean, Simon and Garfunkel, but he wrote them. So to me, it's not the two of them singing them; they're his songs. So I would sing the songs to my kids, and it was a big deal to me. So I just wrote him a thing saying, I appreciate your work. That's all. And then he wrote back. He was nice. And then we would meet at like SNL things. He's a big friend of Lauren Michaels. So we may have dinner one night. And then I had his email. So one day I thought, fuck it, I'm going to write. I wrote him and said, would you please do the theme song for my show?
Amazing.
And he said, yeah, what the hell? And so we did it. I went to his house and his recording studio and sat and watched him create a song.
Oh, he actually wrote
it? Yeah, he wrote it and played it. And
did he see all the episodes first?
He read them all first because they weren't done.
Right.
Yeah, so he read all the episodes that I had. I'd written 8 of them, so he read the scripts. And then he asked me what I was looking for, and like he was very generous.
Right.
Like, what do you want it to feel like? And he played a few things for me. And he's like, is this okay? I'm like, yeah, it's all amazing. Like, how do I fucking, nah, not that world-class guitar.
Right. That one's just okay. Yeah. How do you do that to Paul Simon? You'll take whatever he hands into you.
That's right.
But that's the ability to just ask. You don't know something until you say
and the end he might say. And also, so many people, you don't know what you think. Everybody, it's like the hot girl that nobody asks to the prom because she's a disgusting whore and you don't want to touch her. No, like the girl who everybody thinks she's got a date and nobody asks her. It's like the people like that are legendary. He's like, it's a new show, a new thing. Mm-hmm. It's got value to him. Like, to be asked. Also, it sure doesn't hurt his feelings to be asked something.
True. Right. By somebody he likes.
He could have easily said, that's very nice, but I can't do it. Right. And then it would have made him give him a little cheer.
Do you think you would have asked him if you knew he wasn't a fan of the show? Like if you didn't hear that he knew your show?
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't. If I thought of somebody else who I didn't have a connection with, but I knew I could get to. Like, my manager's got one great skill. He's got a few great skills, but one of the best is that he can get anybody's phone number.
Right.
So I tell him, like, I need to reach this person. And then so I'll call them or write them and say, that's the thing I've built over the last few years. I'll go to anybody and ask them to do something.
Do you talk to them first, or do you get right into it? Especially, like, do they ever say, how'd you get my number?
Sure, Joe Pesci said that. How'd you get my fucking number? He was just a little mad.
And what'd you tell him?
We had a long conversation, and then at the end of it, he said, hey, just one more thing. How did you get my fucking number? And I was like, my manager's got this skill. I don't know how he got it. I don't know how he got it. Okay, because nobody really has this number. And anyway, it worked out. He's a good guy, but...
well, he doesn't take pictures in airports, though.
No, I don't either.
I was on the same flight with him, and I'm like, come on. I'm not. I just want a picture with you. I'm not going to post it or anything. And I saw him fucking sleep with his mouth wide open on a plane.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could have filmed you. I didn't. I just want a picture.
I got one with him years ago.
Did you?
Kevin James introduced us outside the Comedy Cellar, and Pesci actually got out of the car to take a picture.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
nice.
None too pleased about it.
No, I got that.
2003. So you called him.
Yeah.
And you asked him, and or you talked to him, and
I asked him to play Uncle Pete, the part that Alan Alda played. I wrote it for Pesci, and he said no. I mean, I went to his house and we read it looked at it together, and there's a whole scene in one episode where he tells his son not to eat pussy, and that's all right out of Pesci's mouth. I mean, he said all that to me.
Well,
he told me in a very paternal way to never.
Oh, he meant it?
Yeah.
Why? What was the reason?
I don't want to say so much about him personally, but shit, I mean, he told me I could put it in the show, so what am I going to...
Yeah.
I don't get why there's an FCC that can make those rules. I don't understand it. It doesn't jibe with what I understand about America and the First Amendment. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, they're just words, right?
What?
They're just words.
Yeah, but... Want to let me finish?
Love it, or do you hate it?
No, but he's bothered me so much lately. When I was a kid, I was bullied, but I was bigger. I was bigger and I was bullied.
You're still bullied, even though you're bigger than
bullied
kid.
by littler kids than me.
No,
Like
no,
this way.
This is a flashback.
And I was bigger. I could beat the out of you.
I'm like, how do you get your series from FX?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't think anybody's done that.
No.
Really. Well, FX took my series off. I don't know why. It's so weird. It was really successful.
Yeah.
And then they just made an arbitrary decision.
That's weird.
To just... I mean, I was baffled. I was like, guys, why? We're like, it's just a feeling we have. I was like, that's weird, guys.
Probably
like
a new CEO. They always do shit like that.
That's the thing. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
That there wasn't one, but maybe it's something like that.
I'm thinking of buying a goat. Because I want to have a trash can that I can make love to. So that's why I'm going to buy a goat. So I can have sex with a trash can. I can do that with a trash can I have now, but a goat has a vagina. That makes it a lot better. I don't care that you're upset. I'm still getting the goat.
I remember you weren't of this world to me. You were like I just had never seen anybody that looks like you or
I think I
talks
was
like
incredibly
you.
average.
You were like a alien who studied human behavior and got close but didn't quite get there.
Like any other, even a musician, even being a musician and not there, what are you doing? Don't be a musician. That's a stupid thing to do for a living. But if it doesn't work out the way you wanted, you can look at these. You've got these guys here. These guys. Okay. What are you talking about?
Because child molesters are very tenacious people. They love molesting childs. It's crazy. It's like their favorite thing. I mean, it's so crazy because when you consider the risk in being a child molester, speaking not of even the damage you're doing, but the risk, there is no worse life available to a human than being a caught child molester. And yet they still do it, which you can only really surmise that it must be really good. I mean, from their point of view, not ours, but from their point of view, it must be amazing for them to risk so much. How do you think I feel? It's my last show, probably.
What is the best advice you can give for like a student and like attitude when you're doing that? Because you kind of say a big F you to a lot of people, and I like that.
You mean
I like attitude when you're
what attitude?
when you're in the production, which you've done it all, and what's the best attitude to really give?
The best attitude in production is really really wanting to help a lot. Really wanting to help whoever's show it is be really great. I think that's anybody who's doing any job, really.
She'd want that job to be done really well. I mean, this is a simple answer, but it's really true.
Yeah.
There's one person really usually that has an idea of how to do something, and everybody else should really want. I mean, it's such a rare and great gift to get a job in show business. It's very, very. It's not. You're not going to get one. I mean, statistically, you're not.
I just want to say I'm not trying to say that if you're white you can't complain.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you're black you get to complain more.
Right.
Because you can't. There you go.
Don't tell the band that.
Yeah. Because you can't. That's right. You can't take people's like historical context away from them, and everybody wants us to. Like white people are always like, "Come on, it wasn't us." Like they want black people to forget everything. Like every year, white people add 100 years to how long ago slavery was. I've heard educated white people say slavery was 400 years ago. No, it very wasn't. It was 140 years ago. That's two 70-year-old ladies living and dying back to back. That's how recently you could buy a guy.
That's right.
And it's not like slavery ended and then everything has been amazing. Like it just...
I'm glad that's over.
Oh yeah, it just ended like a clean where you don't have to wipe. Just boom. And then it's just been parades and presents ever since. You gotta remember that if you meet a black person, they have gray hair, they remember a time they weren't allowed to use a certain toilet. So give them a little, time to be cranky. And by the way, white people have our own thing that stuff that we went through.
Sure.
That hurt us, that we have to cope with. Like when they took our slaves away. That was really hard for us. And we're still, so it's pretty even.
He goes, yeah, I blew 2 guys just to find out that I didn't like it. And I was like, 2? I feel like you'd know after the first. Like, what happened after the first one?
Well, maybe it was just that dick.
Yeah.
That's
maybe.
true.
Maybe it didn't taste good.
Right. And he was like, I got to try this again.
If you're going to try anything, you should try it twice.
You should.
I do think that.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to try it. Okay. Because that means sucking 2 dicks.
Now take yourself through that logically. I'm a man. I've got 2 little girls. I'm not allowed in the ladies' room. I mean, not me personally. I didn't get banned. I can't go in a ladies' room because I got a big old penis. So I just can't go in. I'm not bragging that it's not big like porny, thrusty penis. It's just big like an old man's nose. Just kind of like, just.
Here's a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because there was a black guy walking behind him. And he was nervous. He was new to the city, this chicken. And he was like, I feel like he's following me, but I'm not sure. So then he thought, maybe if I cross the road, then if he crossed the road, he's definitely following me. So he crossed the road. And the black guy went home. He's living his life. And the chicken was like, I'm such a racist. And he felt bad. About a month later, a black guy ate the chicken. Different black guy. I'm just telling you what happened. By the way, don't be upset, because this is not a racist joke. This joke is not racist. The chicken was racist. The chicken was definitely racist. But that's chickens. Chickens are very closed down and suspicious and prejudiced. You kind of can't blame them considering that their species murder rate is 100%.
So I'm not allowed in a ladies' room because I love looking at people's vaginas anytime that I have that opportunity. It's amazing that we still need separate rooms to pee in. As human beings, men are so disgusting that we can't be trusted to pee in the same room. So I have to take my girls to the men's room, which is awesome. Look, girls, 9 penises. Sex is weird, though. When you're having sex with somebody, you start to make those noises. Those sexual noises. You ever feel weird about the noises you make during sex? You ever listen to yourself and go like, where the fuck did I pick that one up? What the hell was that? Because sometimes you make the oddest noises. You really get into it, you're like, woo! That'd be fun to make that noise with somebody that you're having sex with for the very first time, After all the tension that built up to it, right at the moment of passion, you go, just to watch their face going, man, another one. This was weird. I was walking down the street and some guy told me I was wearing a faggy shirt. What the hell does that mean? Total stranger walks up to me on the street and he goes, "Hey, nice faggy shirt, you faggot! Faggot!" I remember the shirt I was wearing. It was pink, and it had a collar, and it had these little pictures of guys blowing each other on it, you know, like sort of a... Grown-ups ain't worth a meat. Whoops. All right. Oh, shit. God damn it. Idiot. This isn't a gay voice, by the way. It's not. Shut up.